a controversial finish to the Spanish Vuelta. The final stage of the Spanish Vuelta cycling race took an unexpected turn on Sunday as pro-Palestinian protesters made their voices heard, disrupting the event and sparking a diplomatic debate. In a dramatic scene, clashes erupted between police and protesters near the route finale in Madrid. The protesters, carrying anti-Israel banners, blocked the road, forcing the riders to come to a halt. Despite the riders dismounting, the race officials had not yet called an official end to the stage, leaving the outcome uncertain. Jonas Vingegaard, riding for Visma Lease bike, was poised to claim victory, having extended his lead over Joao Almeida on the previous day. With a comfortable lead of 1 minute and 16 seconds, Vingegaard was set to celebrate his win in the ceremonial ride into Madrid. However, the protesters' actions cast a shadow over the final stage. The protesters' tactics were bold. They threw barriers onto the road, disrupting the finishing circuit in the Spanish capital. The riders, who were expected to complete 9 laps, found their path blocked. Several hundred protesters remained on the road, with anti-Israel banners also displayed on nearby buildings. The protesters were in close proximity to the awards podium, but the fate of the presentations remained unclear. The race organizers initially instructed the riders to stop due to the protests. But the situation was far from resolved. After a brief resumption, the riders had to halt once again as authorities and organizers discussed the next steps. The team's support cars passed by the protesters, who jeered and waved Palestine flags. With more than 1,500 police officers deployed for the last stage of the 3-week race, the tension was palpable. The Grand Tour event had become a diplomatic battleground, with protesters targeting the Israeli-owned team Premier Tech. Their presence had caused disruptions throughout the race, with 7 of the last 11 days affected. The team had even removed their name from their uniforms to avoid further controversy. The final stage was not immune to these disruptions. With more than 20 people detained by police, the stage was cut short by 5 kilometers due to traffic concerns. Previous stages had also been altered, with safety concerns over the protests taking precedence. Authorities reinforced their presence with an additional 130 officers, bringing the total to over 1,600. Military-style trucks, officers in riot gear, and horse-mounted police were visible along the route in Madrid. The city braced for the arrival of some 6,000 protesters, alongside approximately 50,000 fans, creating a tense atmosphere. Vingegaard's potential victory, which would have marked his 3rd Grand Tour title, was overshadowed by the controversy. His previous triumphs in the Tour de France in 2022 and 2023 added to the anticipation, but the final stage of the Spanish Vuelta will be remembered for the powerful statement made by the protesters. And this is the part most people miss. The impact of these protests extends beyond the cycling race. It highlights the complex diplomatic tensions and the power of sports to bring attention to global issues. But here's where it gets controversial. Should sports events be a platform for political statements, or should they remain separate? What are your thoughts on this? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments.